Hello, this is Rob from Rims Models. This is my first update of the Trumpeter 1/16 King Tiger. Just before we start, I'd like to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. All your comments, I really do appreciate them. So here we're actually starting on the lower hull. There's lots and lots of detail, plenty of locating points as well. The fit's excellent. And I've had this kit for a while now, and I thought about time I built it, so I've made a start on it. As you can see, that look, the fit's excellent. Okay, so we're still working on the lower hull. I've put these in order in which they're going. There's 7 of these you fit. Okay, so all you gotta do is just make sure you get it the right way around as well. The other ones, this one you can it'll fit either way, but the others will only fit one way because they've got little notches cut out, so it fits over that bit of trunking you just fitted. And I really struggled to get all this in shot as well. It's actually nearly the length of the cutting mat, so I've had to put the camera up really high, so hopefully you can see everything. Okay, as always, just dry fit. Just make sure everything fits fine before you commit to glue. Now you see how that didn't fit then, so I just turned it round. Actually, I've got the wrong one there. Right, so you see, it just drops in. And all I'm doing, I'm just gluing the ends as well. There's no need to go in the middles because you've got some other bits that go across, and then that will tie it all together. Now that hole as well, there's a hatch that fits there as well, but that you don't fit that till later on the instructions. Okay, so that's unfitted. Now don't worry about all the ejector pin marks and that. I've gone through the instructions and a lot of them are going to be covered. Right, now these are these centre pieces I was on about. Okay, so there's 2 of these. All you got to do, just make sure you get them the right way around because one's longer than the other. And there's little locating points as well, and it squares it all up, makes it really solid. Okay, so it's nice to work in such big scale as well. Okay, so that's that one, and then the other one's short because of the hatch. Okay, so just dry fit. Just make sure everything fits fine. As you can see, it just drops straight in. All this as well, there's just one fault I got with the instructions is there's not many colour callouts. So all I've done, I went online just to see what colours we're using, and a lot of this is going to be the red oxide colour. Okay, so that's that. So what I'm showing you now, there's 4 of them to do, and there's 4 pieces in this. And just be careful with your gluing because these are workable. And all I do is just glue the two halves together and then gently prise them apart so I can get the other piece in. Now there is a bit of clean up to do, so all I do, just gently put a bit of pressure on it so the plastic oozes out, and then all you can do then is just sand it down to a nice finish. There are a few ejector pin marks that are a bit of a pain to get rid of, but they're alright. It's really nice plastic to work with as well. Sand's really nice. Okay, so there you go, that's it. You just do another 3 of them. Right, this is the one side. This is the left hand side I'm doing now. And all I do, I'll just dry fit that because I'm going to paint it first. Okay, so that's how that fits. This as well will be painted a different colour. So I've opted to fit it all first, and I think it'll be easy enough because of the scale. It should be easy enough to mask off and then paint it in situ. Okay, so now these now is still part of the lower hull. There's 2 of these to make. You got two pieces you just squash together, and then you got 1 each side. But just make sure you fit the right one, because there's 2 different sorts. There's a little bit of a seam to take care of, but there's no need to do it all because you're only going to see a bit of it. So I'll just dry fit it on and then mark it where you're going to see, and then that's the bit you'll sand down because the rest of it is covered up. Okay, so these are still working on the same thing. Okay, there's little guides just to help you with the location. So all I'm showing you here, I'm just dry fitting it. Now it will only go one way as well. There's a little notch cut out. So there, that's got to be painted a different colour as well. That's why I'm not fitting it yet. Well, I'm just showing you how it fits. A lot of these pieces, the fit's excellent, and you don't need to glue them. Okay, so that's the other one. I've done that one off camera. Again, all I do on the back, I'll just write the number in pencil so you're not where you're going to see it, so you don't get mixed up. That's just a cover I put on. That will be painted the red oxide, so I shall paint that separate. Right, so now back on the lower hull again, and this is a panel on the inside, and I'll show you how it fits when we get to it. And the part, there's 3 pieces you glue on. It's got one of the controller's pedals. You're actually looking at this upside down, so these pieces I'm gluing on there will be on the bottom. Okay, so you got 2 of them and then the 1 pedal. And this piece will cover up a lot of the ejector pin marks. Okay, so that's that. But I can't glue this in until I've glued the side pieces in. So I'm just working out the best order to do it. Okay, so you can see that little line, that little bit of plastic there. You just slide that down till it hits that. and then that's it, that's in. Okay, so we're still working now. This is just a little piece. When you put your torsion bars through, it rests on that. Okay, there's only one of them. Okay, so this is still part of the driver's controls, and one of the levers. There's a little bit of a seam line. What I'll do before I paint it all, I'll get it, I'll prep it already. I've got the worst of it off, but there's still a bit more to sand down. This fits at the front, so you've got to thread these two pieces on first before you can fit it. But I don't, everything at the moment it's only dry fitted. Everything apart from the bits I glued at the start, this will be dry fitted. The two side pieces are dry fitted. And there's two little locating points on each one. Now that piece there on the end is cut, it's like half a moon shape, so that will only fit into the side one way, just to help you locate it in the right place. And then when it's fitted properly, it misses the hatch. Again, this will all be red oxide. I'm not sure the actual torsion bars will be black, but I'm not sure if this bit I'm fitting will be black. I've got to have a look at some pictures. Okay. Again, it'll only fit one way. Sorry if my hands are getting in the way. It's really awkward. All I'm doing, test fit, making sure everything lines up and fits great. And it's not quite square, but you got an idea how it fits. And all I'm showing you again now is just putting this front piece back in again. But now the two side pieces are in, that's a lot snugger fit now, look. And it pushes them two side pieces in really nice. Okay, so now I'm just showing you the torsion bars. You've got 8 of one and 10 of the other. I don't actually show you, but there's 3 pieces on each one. They're pretty easy. There's no complicated bits on it. You just glue the two halves together, and then you get like a little bolt shape head that fits on the end. Well, when this is all painted, and the weathering will look amazing on this, because of the actual bolt heads, it will really stand out. And these fit excellent as well. They'll only fit one way. We just got to follow the instructions, because like I said, you got 10 of one and 8 of the other. Right, so we're back still on the lower hull. You got 2 of these as well. There's three pieces on each one. I had to do a little bit of work on this to make it fit right. Just a little bit of sand, just like a little bit of flash on the ends, but nothing major. Okay, so you glue them two together, and then you got a piece on the end. Now that you're looking at there is the bottom. So that's the top now. And just make sure, because they're both different. So again, I'll just put a mark at the bottom so I know which is which. Okay, that's where I had to do the bit of work there on the end there. Okay, so that's that one. Now all I'm doing here is just showing you how they fit. Again, this is all red oxide, so I should paint all these separate and then glue them in afterwards. I mean, you can see the fit's really good. You might not need to glue them. Well, I should still put some on. Okay, so now we're back to the driver's controls now. There's two parts on this one. But I hope you can see the detail, because it's really nice. I've also got, I'm going to have a go like doing some wiring and stuff like that. I've got some pictures there, the wiring and that goes. So hopefully have a go at that. Right, it's two pieces here as well. Again, there's where the pin is, there's a little, it's like a half a moon shape, so you can only get it in one way. And here we go now to some pedals. You got three pieces, and you got your there's two photo etch pieces that go on. So also, when you cut them off, just make sure you don't get mixed up. Right, so now we start the wheels now. In the instructions, this is the first thing you do, but I've gone to the wheels now. Okay, so you've got 10 of one and 8 of the other. So the one I'm doing now, there'll be 10 of these, and all I'm doing is using the Revel contactor glue, and there's a little seam there. Just run the glue around. Just careful with your fingers. Okay, and then these will only fit on one way. And then all I do then, just give it a little twist. Make sure it's in line. That's all you do with that so far. So you got 10 of them. Now this is now, I've done the other 10 of the other side. It's exactly the same thing, just two different numbers. And these are little poly caps you put in between and there's a little lip to stop the poly cap going straight through. And all you do is, these are really tight fit, so I don't bother gluing these. There's no need to. As you can see, look, it really fits well. Really nice detail, the bolts on this. Okay, so just give it a little twist. If you ain't quite got the pieces lined up, they are quite difficult to get in, but once they're lined up, it just drops in. Okay, so now we're starting on the other wheels now. Now these, you've got 8 of these, so exactly the same. Glue two halves together, then do the same on the other side, and you sandwich the two together. And I'll put little numbers on as well, just to make sure I don't get mixed up. but this contactor glue's a lot, saves on the extra thing, because the amount of extra thing you'd use. Now these poly caps are different to the other ones. Okay, again, just no need to glue it. See, that drops straight in. I'll just show you a couple just to show you, and there, see, that drops right in, no problem. Really nice fit. Okay, so that's the age of them. Now we're on the actual sprocket. Exactly the same thing. There's a little lip and there's a little pin, and then you got a little cutout on the other piece, and then when you line the two up, they are, it's perfect. And look at the size of that thing. Seeing I'm going to use a lot of paint to paint this. Okay. Again, contactor glue. But off camera I'll just run the extra thin around where the join is, just to make sure. Right, now we're on the idler wheels now. There's 3 pieces on each one. Exactly the same as the sprockets. Just run the contactor glue around. There's a little pin just to help you with the location. Okay. Now there's all ejector pin marks on this side, but when it's all sandwiched together you can't see them, and when the tracks are on as well. Okay, so 2 of them. I've got a little question to ask, if anybody, any of my subscribers know. I've got to do my own Zimmerit coating on this, and I'm just wondering what you think I could use. You get the actual Zimmerit tool with it. I've just got to find out what to actually use to do the actual Zimmerit itself. So if you know, just got any ideas, just let me know in the comments. Okay, so we still, these now go on the outside of the lower hull, and these are what the sprocket wheels fit onto. And you got 2 poly caps. I nearly forgot to put it in. Luckily I noticed. Just makes fitting the wheels easy. They'll be a lot easier to remove to paint as well. Now here you've got a left and a right. So I'll just put little marks on the bottom which number's which. Okay, so that's just the wheels fitted. Really nice. That's where so far everything fitted I've done. Right, so now I'm not sure what these parts are. There's one of these to do. So these fit on the sides of the lower hull. Again, I shan't fit none of these. These will all be done in little sub-assemblies. Now my plan is I'm going to glue everything together first, and then I shall sand it all down and get the seams out. But all I do, just gently put a couple of clamps on so it squashes, so like the plastic oozes out, and hopefully when I sand it then it should sand the seam. There'll be no seam then. Okay, so this part now, there's 5 pieces to this. Just got to make sure I didn't have it the right way there, so it's a little bit fiddly, but once you've located it, it's fine. Again, a little bit of flash on the end of these pieces, so just a little swipe with the sanding stick, it's fine. Okay, so I'll just run the glue. I'll just glue the top and bottom, and then off the camera I'll run the extra fin around, just to make sure. We can see I've numbered them bits as well, just before I cut them off the sprue, just write in pencil so you know which is which. But I think these will be the red oxide as well. I'll have to find out. This piece I'm gluing on will be the bottom. So you're seeing the actual bottom here I'm working on. Okay. This is a straightforward piece. Just 2 pieces. Now it is off centre a little bit, so don't think it's not square. I'm not sure if you'll pick it up on the camera, which just set back a little bit. Okay, so this is the fire extinguisher now. This will fit on the bulkhead. Okay, so there's just 2 halves to glue together. Okay. Okay, so these are the last 2 pieces I'm doing on this update, just 2 parts. There's a nice bit of checker plate and pattern on the top. Okay, so thanks for looking. I hope you enjoyed part 1, and part 2 will be coming very soon. So take care, and I'll see you soon.